Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a brand new show. Okay, sorry for the makeover, but this is the way it's going to be for a couple shows, like I said before. The last show was for the mothership, Manhattan Neighborhood Network. Um, Celebrating over 30 years, going into 34 years. I've just found out we got renewed to springtime 2024, which kind of screws up my schedule because I figured, okay, I do a show once a month and it gets repeated because the original origins of the show is conundrum is Saturdays live at 5 p.m. Gone Monday to Friday at the studios. I can do this at home now. Um, but at the same token, um, they've been repeating my shows every Saturday. So it's sort of one show once a month, and then they repeat it twice. Now every week they've been showing the show. So what happens now is this is again for the mothership, and I did promise you segments during the week and every other week or every week. Well, I had to find out exactly what's the game plan, and they just putting me on every Saturday. And then they extended me. I figured I'm gonna go maybe a couple more months until I'm waiting for Godzilla versus X versus King Kong versus Shamu, whatever. I'm not bigger than that anyway. Um, but here I am. So the last show I did was a half-hour show. So if you see the segment and it says 24, 25 minutes, that is the length of the show for Manhattan Neighborhood Network. Again, I'm not a YouTuber, okay? But they say, well, you can go ahead and do your segments. Okay. Man, because they got a huge studios and green screen, which I explained. And that has to do with the music. And that has to do with the AI. I'm doing original artwork and stuff like that. I'm going to not harpoon on that. I'm going to just mention it in sprinkles along with the show. So let's get into it, okay? It is November and the holidays are around the corner. So let's get right into it. Um, 30 years. I'm going to go into 35 years, believe it or not, thanks to the extension. But I wasn't too sure. And I said this on a previous show. They said, well, you've only been on for 14 years. But in the meantime, they gave me an award celebrating 25 years. It's an award. I'm going to show you in the next show. I'm going to be doing a lot of previews tonight of what I'm going to do for these segments and for the next couple of shows, okay? And there might be some crossovers and repeats. Okay, you're saying Godzilla. Get to it, Frank. Okay, here we go. Boom. Okay, let me show you this here. We're not done talking about this. We haven't even started yet. This is just the first episode. Everybody knows I'm a big Godzilla fan. Trivia. My mother took me to see Godzilla versus the Smog Monster back in the early 70s. So I've seen Godzilla in the big screen since the early 70s. Now, I'm going to do a special segment for Thanksgiving. I'm going to tape it here. I'm going to be moving to another studio. This is my bedroom apartment in a little corner of a New York City squished little apartment. I'm so squished. I'm going to move into the living room, and which I mentioned before. And I'm going to show you my love for Godzilla. That's the only reason I'm sticking around. I'm going to take this one. Star Wars over. MCU over. Marvel over. Ugh. I'm going to get to it, folks. This show's going to be a little bit squashed. But anyway, I saw the first episode. I like the way it's going. I don't like the Monarch attitude, especially when King Kong is Middle Earth. No, Middle Earth belongs to hobbits. Okay, uh, but they're gonna go along those lines. Now, I did mention Godzilla has been on Netflix. Gamma's on Netflix. I'm gonna cover all that. So this is kind of like a preview episode of what I'm hitting on for the next couple shows for the end of the year. Okay. Uh, Real quick, I like the first episode. They showed a Kaiyuju coming out of the battleship. I think that was cool. Kurt Russell and his son. Did anybody see Jimmy Kimmel when they're both on? I thought they were great together. I'll be talking more about that. I know it's a tease. And do you see this here? Can you see that? This is an original box set. Okay, by Classic Media. I mentioned that once before. Let me take this one before. See that? The whole collection. This came out about 10 years ago. And it has a bonus features. If you can see that. I'm sorry for the lighting. Okay. Really homegrown. This is what I'm doing this show for. Really homegrown for my studio. You're going to see all this from my collection. Anyway, what's going to happen with that is it's it's going to be a Thanksgiving show. Maybe I'll do it on Friday. But it's going to be Thanksgiving, November 2023. And I'm going to be talking for my love of Godzilla. Okay. I love the first episode. We saw the first Kaiju. It's kind of a rendition of Rodan. Okay. Enough of that. Next. Boom. And that's about, I got my little list of things to mention. No physical media. That was a big thing about it. Next show, I'll go more into it when I start showing all these stuff here. I'm going to show you my whole collection of 30 years of doing this show. Here we go. Next, let's get right to, oh yeah, I forgot. What's that thing about Hunger Games? Forget it. Not going to be mentioned in the show. I hated the whole franchise. I'm not even going to talk about it. So go somewhere else. Letting you know. I'm going to be talking about the things I want to talk about. That's what the show is about. Selfish, greedy, but the more. This is the things that I grew up with. Okay? So, let's go on. Sorry, but Hunger Games sucked. What a fucking suck, that franchise. Let me be nice. Okay. Not everybody's favorite topic. I got the wrong screenshot. I wanted to show the cute little girl, Iman. Yes, she made the whole movie. This is, oh, God, it barely crossed 100 million. Final count might be 150, 200 million at the box office. The MCU. She's the other Marvel. She was great. She was humorous. They showed up on her and the other girl. She's a mother now with a kid. Iman, they showed up on The View. And they were pushing the show on a Thursday. The Jimmy Killer was on Friday. Brie Larson was not part of it. Iman and the other actress, I forgot. And they went on The View, and they were really pushing it. And by Friday, it was an end of a conversation. Bob Iger even actually showed up on The View because it's Disney-owned. And they were pushing Wish that's coming on Thanksgiving weekend. Good luck. And the whole thing is a friggin' disaster. I like the movie. Quick movie reviews. I still do that. Okay, 3 out of 5. I like the whole thing about science fiction that I love is in outer space. I think the girls, women, girls, I think they were all great. Special effects were good. What tanked this? Very simple. Everybody's making 1,000 excuses. You spend so much money on retakes. Didn't you listen to the first preview with the audience? Why is it a musical? Well, Aman, she's Indian. No, she's Pakistan. But I'm a big fan of Bollywood. Okay, that's gonna be another segment. We'll get to that. But she didn't do the song and dance. It was Brie Larson who did the song and dance. Wrong. If you're gonna back up a character of racial, as ethics and whatever, and Iman should have had the song and dance. I think that would have been cute, and it would have been forgivable. Song and dance didn't belong. Did anybody listen to Star Trek? I liked it because I'm a musician. I didn't mind it. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me over here in the sequence. But it was not necessary. And the thing is, I'm a cat lover. I love animals and everything. The second sequence, didn't anybody listen? They played the song Cats from Memories. Da 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 da. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, the cats are not really. The cat was the one who scratched Samuel Jackson's eye. Okay, Nick Fury got his eye scratched because a cat. No, it was an alien. He confronted an alien. He lost his eye. Okay, they follow up on that. I have no problem. But when they played the song, they extended the song. The trailer theme, that cute moment, cut, next sequence, and that's it. That had a whole Bollywood moment, did not fit. The cat theme did not fit. That's what tanked the movie. That's why nobody showed them. I want to mention a name, which is just known as KK, in charge of Lucasfilms. And she's like, oh, the women didn't show up. What's about? Yeah, you know why? Because all the women showed up on Barbie. 1.5 billion dollar movie. This, I have an opinion about that, but I've decided not to do it over here because I don't want to affect Manhattan Neighborhood Network about my office politics about Hollywood. Yes, I am in the industry. I'm a background actor. Okay. Was I on the picket line? No. The reason why? I did get my ID number. I didn't spend $3,000 to join the union. You join the union, you have to pay dues, union dues. There's a lot of us out there who have not specifically joined the union. When you get an ID, that means the producers or the people in charge of the company, they like you. You get the 3 vouchers. You're qualified to get into the union, which means you get the ID number. Then it's up to you to get the card and spend $3,000. A lot of us have put on hold. And the reason I put on hold, like I told you before, and if you've been following, is because I'm doing the music video. And if you do a music video and you're in union, you got to hire people for that. Can't afford it. Hey, background actor, I'm broke. Well, that's my calling card. You don't say that, but but anyway, let's go back to this here. Okay, enough said. Loki, 6 episodes. Thank God that was enough. Okay, I'm going to go back and forth here really quick. So here we go. Loki, he ends. He is the god. That's the last final shot of the last episode. If you haven't seen this, no spoiler. This is all over the place. It's on Variety, Hollywood. That's the final shot of Loki, the 6th episode on Disney Plus. I like the show. Yes, Short Round was in it. I can't say his name. Short Round, because I can't say it properly, but no offense to the actor. But Short Round made the movie. Yes, Luke Wilson. The other Wilson, well, one of the Wilson brothers. Anyway, I met him at the Apple Store. Very nice guy. He's a part of this. He was good. The whole cast was good. I liked the show, but if they had one more extended edition, that's it. Now, what's the opinion? Well, Loki's going to be back, and supposedly is part of Secret Wars. Now, let me go back. I don't have a face. I'm going to save that for the next show. But Iman, the Indian girl, and that show ended with her going to Hawkeye's daughter, Echo, I believe, and said, well, Young Avengers. Here's the problem. They already got Young Avengers, and that is Amazon, called Generation V. That's not going to work. If I was concerned, what they should do is just shut down and wait until, well, I don't want to get into politics over here. KK had a big issue about this. She had big influence to Kevin Feige. You need more women, and we got to go to the women power, the force is women, and all this nonsense, and it backfired. Let me get to the next part. Boom. Whoop. That's right. Now, I'm looking at my time over here. I'm halfway mark. So, South Park didn't tackle AI. They didn't mention about billionaires. This is like a guy, hey, we can't find anybody who knows how to do anything. We all, managers and lawyers, and they're right about that. I don't want to get too much into it because I used to work in Wall Street, okay? And let me tell you, AI can replace a lot of these positions, and that is a fact, and that's true. When you saw Iger, cartoon Iger, and you saw the nasty little Mickey Mouse in the back going, rah, let me tell you something. AI threatens their positions. It cannot replace anybody who's an artist. I'm a musician. I do art. You're going to see T-shirts and coffee mugs and all that stuff coming soon. That's how I'm going to start my 2024. YouTube said, no. You can't borrow. I don't borrow anything. I am an artist. I will create. That was my old school. And I recognize it as a father business. And a lot of these people can be replaced, including Bob Iger and company management. Who said it? John Cleese. He played Q in one of the James Bond films, and John Cleese, he's part of Mike the Python. Okay, and he said, well, AI can replace these guys because they don't do anything, and that's a fact. Um, and the movie Barbie, which I'm really disappointed it got released on Blu-ray, because I thought it's one of my top 10 best pictures of the year, because it proved that Ken is not gay. And number two, it attacked the suits, Will Ferrell, and these guys riding on a bicycle. They're a bunch of idiots, okay? And that's what these suits are. The people who are managing Hollywood right now. They don't know what they're doing. But it did not recognize, and it kind of cut out on Bob Iger. That's my opinion. That's my review right now. 4 out of 5. They didn't go into AI. Let me just show you something real quick, because I will get to it in the next episode. Let me show you now, because this book has got to go back to the library. iRobot. I'm going to do a whole segment about AI. I'm not going to do it here, because some people are really pissed off. Now, AI is here to help you, not hurt you. Nobody wants to hear it. But I'm going to do a segment about AI, because everybody said, how come you didn't do a review of The Creator? A separate segment. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this here. Okay, next thing I want to show you. You're a musician. You skipped something. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. I have my guitar. Bring. Use your imagination. That's right, Beatles. Now, the last episode, I opened it up about, what's the name? That's right, Swifty. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. This issue was January 2021. Can you believe that, folks? And she's still #1 entertainer of the year. Okay. Beatles. Let me tell you about Beatles. I don't want to get into it right now. I just want to show you some highlights, because that's going to be another segment. Okay. The remasters, I like them. I do have the original Blueprint, Red Print, and the White Album, all in color vinyl. It's in a box. Again, I'm going to be showing this stuff. I can show you this here. The Beatles. Can you see that? Boop, boop, boop. That's part of my collection. This is 20 years ago. Japanese import. Talk about Godzilla, huh? Yeah, Beatles. Godzilla. Anyway, yeah. I'm going to be showing you this. This is a Japanese import. Back in the good old days, there was a walk-in store called J&R Music World. I still got the shopping bags. I'm going to show you that also. Anyway, a preview. And this is Let It Be. And you see the Japanese sticker over here. Remastered with Frank. What do you think about the remasters? Is it overkill? Yes and no. Only because his son has done a great job. The original George Martin. Us musicians recognize him as the fifth Beatle. Okay? So his son Giles, this is the picture disc, still in its original format. I got a bunch of color vinyl picture discs I got to show you. That's going to be a big show. I'm saving that for Christmas. Okay? So I will get into that. Of course, everybody knows what's coming around the corner is, you recognize the color scheme? It's from a certain character. It's still in the bag. I didn't take it out yet. I'm going to wear this. Who? Who are you talking about, Frank? Frankie, what are you talking about? We don't recognize this. You don't recognize this? Who's got the nerve? Who? Oh, yes. And I will mention something else. More on the collector's item list. Does anybody talk about... Okay, let's go back to Godzilla, but I love talking about Godzilla. Okay, King Kong? Trivia. What does King Kong have in common? King Kong, okay, Monarch, Godzilla, Jeff Bridges, we get it. What's the third connection? I'm trying to see myself. Okay. You see that? I got a story to tell you about that. Recognize the poster? Okay, we'll be talking. Okay. before. Another book that got to go back to the library. Talk about the Beatles. That's right. Star Trek is going to get its own segment. There's a lot to talk about Star Trek, and let me see. I'm going to read a little couple of sentences. What does the Beatles have to do with Patrick Stewart? Okay, he does mention in the book he met Paul McCartney during the '60s when he was a young actor, and they gave him a ride to go to a hotel or something after doing um, what was it, a London stage play or whatever. Anyway, so flash forward, and this maybe about 5 years ago, Sir Paul, Sir Ringo, and Sir Patrick, they met again, and Paul McCartney said, "Oh, I recognize you. Yeah, we gave you that ride. It's so many years ago, 30 years ago." And he said, "Okay." And the little joke in the book is like, "Hey, Knights of the Round Table, we're all named Sir whatever. Sir Patrick, Sir George, no, excuse me, Sir Ringo, and Sir Paul." But here's a trivia. What does he have? Another thing with a specific Star Trek episode of Next Generation. If you want to get the book, the answer is on page 355. I'm going to be giving you trivia. That's another reason I'm doing this, folks. And a bad paragraph. And the writer was called Morgan Gendel. Beatles fan. The hint. The episode was called The Inner Light. That's the one where Patrick Stewart plays the flute. I'll get more into that later. I practically gave you half the trivia anyway. I'm going to be doing that a lot. Okay, next. What else I got? Now, let me see if this comes up. Okay, because I'm bouncing. You see my, this is my computer setup I'm doing here. Everybody can watch it. Everybody can see it. Who cares? Not a big deal. Let me go over here. Beacon 33. Yes, this is my Prime. Hello, Frank. That's me. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking into a new laptop. This laptop is dying out, by the way. Okay, you hear a little. There's a fan there because the thing, and it won't connect me to IMDb. Some called firewall. I don't know what the hell. But anyway, let's go to Prime. I showed this in the last show. We're gonna cover this. Okay. Let's go over here. Okay. Okay, let me go over here now. I said Gen V. Okay, this show. This is a prequel to The Boys. I mentioned before they want to do the Young Avengers by Yaman, the Indian girl, in the Marvels, and it's going to be PG. For the fans, it's not going to work because Gen V is just plain vulgar, violent, body count, cursing, slight nudity, very adult. A thing of The Boys. Yes, another penis blows up in this series over here. Again, my favorite is the little young girl, the blonde. She shrinks like Adam. What's it? Whatever. And just one sequence when she goes in the guy's brain. It's a little thing. It goes in the and comes out of the other ear. And she goes right through his brain. So she comes out the other end. Hysterical. Okay. Body count. People are used to this on streaming. And then you're going to come up with Young Avengers? People are not learning. The suits, they're not learning. Anyway, let's get away from that. Talk about imports. This one, Wandering Earth #2. I haven't finished it yet. 3 hours long. China. The special effects are fantastic on this. Okay. Follow the little arrow right over here. If I had IMDb, I could show you the trailer. We'll do that next time. I got to switch to the laptops. This one's on the last dying days. But anyway, Wandering Earth 2 is basically a remake of Wandering Earth #1. This one has to do with the moon moving shift. Remote Space 1999. You old guys out there, old school. Anyway, Amazon showed a lot of imported stuff, and I'll be going over that. That's another thing for preview. That's going to be for 2024. I got Prime, and I'm going to show you everything that I've been seeing, okay? Now, I'm going to end the show on this note. Let's go to 007. Let me click over here. Okay, I'm not going to show you the trailer. I'm just going to talk about it. Great actor. Great actor. It's a game show. He's the villain. He's getting game show. What they do over here is they go, okay, this one they go to the original locations that the films were being done at. Okay. They pick two people and they gotta go okay, over here, a grueling trek across the Scottish Highlands. They go to what was it, Skyfall. Over here, they go to another location. Every show is it's a connection to one of the movies. They have a close call with a boa constrictor in Venice. Venice is from Casino Royale. Okay, next one. They go to another location. Forgot what this one was. Let me go to number 4. Yeah, to Chile, in the desert. Okay, number 3 was Brazil with a cable car. They actually go to the locations and then they do a variation of the lagoon. The desert Chile, that's the one from Spectre. Okay, and that's what the show's about. You hear the music depending on okay, Venice. They go to the rooftops of Venice. You get the idea. Okay. Yeah, so all the shows. I'm up to number 4. It's a good angle. I'm not into the reality game show thing. Not into it whatsoever. And after a while, it becomes a little monotonous. But I do like the idea that they go to the locations that that James Bond came across. The last episode is the Swiss Alps. That's a Secret Majesty service. Now, I'm gonna go. It's a 3 out of 5. It's okay if you're James Bond. You're gonna like. They actually go back to the locations. Now, one final thing I guess I see mentioned here. I'm gonna end the show because it's 30 minutes. Okay. Here we go. Diamonds Are Forever. There's a box set out there. I'll get to it in the next show. Okay? It has 2 discs. Go to my website. Well, my website is on my YouTube page. And I'll show you clips of a lot of the stuff that's not available anymore. There's a big talk about they're going to cancel Target. Best Boy, they're going to cancel. Go to Video Express on YouTube site. I'll show you clips of all the behind the scenes that are not available no more. Okay? I'm going to end the show over here. This will be continued. Thank you for watching. You get the idea what I'm going to be doing for the next couple months. Behind the scenes, a lot of trivia, my whole collection of stuff of 30 years. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you in the next show. More details coming up. Thank you. Oh, like, subscribe, so I know who's watching. Oh, final dedication. Bye. You're welcome, Jamon. What's that confounded button?